Well, good afternoon, everybody from Hog Haven Family Farms. It's been a little bit since I've made a video. Figured I'd show a little bit about what we're doing today. Clearing a bunch of old snags that have fallen over and burning them up so that way we can make some nice pasture like what's behind me. So a little bit more cleaning up to do behind me with some cedars, but definitely a lot more open. To give you an idea of what I'm working with, that's the other side of the fence. And so this is what this side has been looking like. Looking a lot nicer. So, a lot of work. Someday I'll probably kind of do a full spin here so you get an idea of what I'm doing. Someday I'll probably get a brush hog in here with a skidster, and then we can do a little bit really nice cleanup with some of this younger buckthorn and honeysuckle, just invasive species that are coming in here. Get those mowed up and then turn this over to grass. And I'm looking at planting probably a lot of native species, and then playing with some other agricultural seeds like turnips and things like that, just to see what they do. But mostly just turn it into grass, and it's gonna look pretty nice when I'm done. It takes a lot of work and a lot of time, and you have to be really patient sometimes when you put this together. You just want it to be done, and you just want to have nice pasture, and it doesn't work that way. Land management is a tough thing, and it's something that takes years and years to do, if not a decade or more. So I have tried planting oaks in here. This is Anoka sandplain soils, so oaks would probably really like it. They have not done amazing, so I'm not sure. I might try dimple barring in some acorns and see how those do. The hard part is when you're grazing it, you do have to cage them, otherwise they'll just never get above that, head high level. Yeah, so that's about what I'm up to today. Just lots of work. I am beat. I've got kind of show you what I'm working on. You can kind of see all the slash that was there that is now piled and burning. And that's some other stuff that I'm going to be bucking up and turning into openness. So more open grass. You don't have to look at me all the time. So that is what I'm working with, cutting stuff up, getting it off the ground. Some pretty big honeysuckle plants. You do have to make sure you treat those stumps, otherwise they'll just come right back way worse than what they were. Cedars, I've said this before, this is eastern red cedar. They love it in here, and if you don't cut these, they'll just become huge really quickly, and then they're really hard to get rid of. But the nice thing about cedar is that you can just use a pair of loppers, cut them down at the base, and they will be dead. You do not have to treat them or do anything with them. Really nice, actually. This is kind of just, I should have done it before picture, but this is kind of what I'm working with. Got my chainsaw just up in the tree so it's not sitting in the snow, but just dead trees that are kind of over top of each other. So just cutting them out, getting stuff off the ground, and opening things up. So yeah, pretty fun. I enjoy it. It's I think about 16 degrees today in Minnesota, mid-February. You can see I've got some burn piles over there going too. So this is gonna be really awesome when I'm done. Really gonna open some of this stuff up. This I'm just probably gonna leave. It's just spruce thicket. That's the spruce are still alive. I might take some of the bottom branches to open things up, but it's not bad to have some cover for the animals though too. And my tree stand for deer hunting. So I did shoot a buck out of the stand actually. He came in right through there and I shot him. Kind of a nice little goal. But here's actually, I was mentioning some oaks that I've tried, and they don't always make it. So that one is dead. This one's probably the one that's doing the best. Cows came in and squished it a little bit. I got to do a little better job on the fencing. But that's a white oak. And you can see that white oak just got demolished. So they pushed the screen right in to the point where they could just clip the top of it. So they absolutely love these nice white oaks that you want to try to keep moving through here. So that is what I'm going to be working on next. It is just a disaster in there. So I've got a lot to do. Fingers are getting cold. But this gives you an idea of what I've been doing. I mean, some pretty good sized trees that are just slashing, falling over top of each other. This property was an old Christmas tree farm, and that's why we've got all these pines here. I'm not going to walk all the way over there, but you can just see just a bunch of cleaning up to do. So yeah, this is an old Christmas tree farm. That is why it is what it is, but it's gonna be really nice when I'm done. So I actually like the pine. It's nice to hear the winds going through them. Really super relaxing, and I just really enjoy it, especially in the winter. Sorry, I just chugged a bunch of water, so I'm kind of hiccuping right now, but I just really enjoy the winds coming through the pines. You can probably hear it. It's just really quite pretty, and yeah, it'll be really nice pasture when I'm done. Primarily sheep. It's not great for cows just because size wise, this piece here is only maybe a 2.5 acre piece, and then there's probably another 6 acres over on the other side. So it's not a huge piece of property, but you can kind of tell 2 acres is a lot when you're by yourself working on this. Once in a while I get my kids out here, but they've been so busy with life. Got one kid at camp this weekend, another one, he's got a girlfriend, so you know how that is, and then another lady who she's at basketball. So everybody's gone. It's just me. You can see that's burning down. I'll have to throw kind of some of those logs on top of each other again. Same with this one. Kind of burn everything up. It's nice once you got those hot coals, really easy. You can just pile what's left into a pile, make a little campfire, and it burns right up. The hard part about all this, about burning, is you do get dead spots in the soil, which I don't like, but I don't know that I've got another option. And they, after probably in a couple years, you end up with annuals on it first, and then the grasses come back. So it's not terrible. But I will be working through that over the next probably few weeks. I'd like to get this whole piece cleaned up, and then, like I said, ideally I'd love to get a brush hog in here, or a mower of some sort, and just mow all this brambles, get it mowed up, some of these smaller cedars. Once I finish clearing out a lot of stuff, I think you'd be able to get a skid steer through this stuff pretty easy. I might just get a walk behind mower too and just do it that way, but it would have to be pretty heavy duty because some of this stuff is pretty thick. I mean, that's a buckthorn stem right there that's at least an inch, maybe not quite, but close. Not something just a lawnmower can do. Need a pretty heavy woods mower. And I think that's about it for today. just kind of wanted to show you what I'm up to, kind of a little bit of the land management work that I'm doing. When I'm done, it is gonna be awesome. So remember what this looks like. This is, like I said, mid-February 2025. I think in a year, this is gonna look a lot different. That's it for now, everybody. Sorry, probably not the greatest video. I'm just pretty tuckered out, but I wanted to make sure I got one done to show everybody what I'm up to. Enjoy the day.